I actually wasn't planning on making a video today. It's storming outside, so if you hear some rumbles of thunder from the microphone, I do apologize on behalf of Mother Nature. But I want to talk to you about my Logisys RGB LED strip. A few of you have been asking me about this, so I'm going to do a full-fledged video on the actual product, where you can buy it, how much it costs, and the features included with the product itself. I've owned 3 of these LED strips thus far, and I've been 100% satisfied with every single one I've owned. I haven't had a single problem yet. I love the included remote, the RGB functionality, even the adhesive on the back of the strip is fairly strong. I've only had it fall only halfway once. But everything's great about it. I really don't have anything bad to say. It is a little bit clunky when it comes to the wires and where you have to put things, and I will show you that here in a sec, but it does exactly what it's intended to do, and that's light up your case very brightly, I might add, in whatever color scheme you wish. So let's go ahead and check this thing out. To begin, I would like to note that this particular LED strip is officially called the Logisys LDXRM12C. What a name. But while it may sound like a complex product, it's very user-friendly. Included in the box are 4 large parts plus 1 tiny part. The Molex DC connector, the control box, the LED strip itself, the remote, and the small addition, a 1mm extension pin. Although a manual is included in the packaging, you'll likely not need it, as the assembly is rather straightforward. On one end, the DC connector plugs into any Molex male adapter from your computer's power supply, any of the 4 large pin cables, and on the other, it runs straight into the control box. I presume it's called that because of the infrared receiver sprouting out from here. Speaking of which, you'll want to make sure that this receiver, when placed inside of your case, is somewhere visible. The remote signal will not penetrate materials at all, so ensure that you can physically see it with your own eyes, or you won't be able to use the included remote. I ran mine down the side of my case, between my fans and the front panel. At this point, you'll want to position the control box somewhere convenient inside of your case. I ran my DC connector up from the back and above my front fans, with the control box resting on top. Next, in the installation process, you'll want to grab a hold of your actual LED strip. Pay special attention to the labels near the end of the female connector, as you'll want to ensure that the power is being delivered to the correct node. You should see the letters R, G, and B, and also the annotation 12V. This is your 12-volt power connector, so you'll want to simply locate the arrow on the control box side of the connection and align it with this 12V node on the strip itself. At this point, go ahead and connect the 2. Simple as that. Now you'll want to peel off the layer covering the adhesive. I've already done this in my kits, but the step should be fairly straightforward. The adhesive is durable, but I don't recommend rubbing your fingers across it, as your skin oils could reduce its adhering properties, aka you'll have to resort to packing tape, the good stuff. Have an idea for where you want your strip to be in your case, because once it's adhered, it should not be moved. I do not recommend removing it and relocating it, as I've done for the sake of this video. It's a sacrifice I was willing to make for all of you good people. Now on to the fun stuff, the remote. This is an RGB kit, so we have access to a variety of colors. I'm talking red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white. The entire spectrum of visible light is practically at your fingertips. On top are a pair of brightness buttons, which are also rate changers, I'll get to that in a second, and an on-off pair. On the right side are activation buttons for flash, strobe, fade, and smooth. Flash provides a solid, uninterrupted transition between each color. Strobe provides a fade in and out of white. Fade, much like the flash function, provides a transition between each color, but at a much more steady and blended rate, so it's not so abrupt. Lastly, the smooth function, well, let's be honest, it really shouldn't be here, because all it does is provide a hard, uninterrupted transition, just like the flash function, but only between the colors of red, green, and blue. It's almost like they ran out of programs, but were stuck with one extra button and just said, yeah, we'll call it smooth, and we'll just make it do that, yeah. But an actual cool feature of the remote is the brightness pair's second function. It's what I call a rate changer. If one of the 4 aforementioned modes are active, turning the brightness up or down won't dim the LEDs or increase their brightness, but actually increase or decrease the rate at which each of these transitions takes place. For instance, increasing the strobe effect will pulse the white light much faster. Decreasing the fade effect will provide an even more subtle transition between each color, and increasing the flash effect will give anyone and everyone a legitimate seizure. Sorry about the sudden darkness in this room. I use natural light for most of my videos, but that has ceased to exist. It's only 5:20. The sun doesn't set for another hour and a half, but thanks to the storm, my light has been cut practically into thirds. But with that, I want to hear from you in the comments below about this kit. If you have a similar kit, be sure to tell me if you think that that one that you have is a better or worse bargain than the one that I've just showed you in this video. I really like it, honestly. These are my raw impressions. I don't get paid for any of these reviews, keep that in mind. But I will continue to purchase this kit for only $18 US. I have both the Amazon and Newegg links for this kit in the video description, so be sure to check those out. Give the video a thumbs up if you think it deserves one. Give it a thumbs down if you think it doesn't. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't be shy. It's okay. No one's going to bite you. This is Science Studio. Ooh, it's getting bad outside. Thanks for learning with us.